Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am continuing my series featuring my Delves and Dangers Rules Life Fantasy role-playing game, solo campaign. And I am featuring my newest team of adventurers, led, they are called the Heroic Hairfoots for Hire. They are led and formed by founding member Theo Shieldfoot. He has recruited folk hero Barry Goodhollow, who saved her town from an undead incursion along with her other companions. Fenster Sneakfoot, he is a Hairfoot thief, and he is somebody that Theo found and needed a trap springer, and so has hired him. And then here's Clyde. Clyde is a gruff Hairfoot warrior who likes to fight with two short swords and smokes cigars and doesn't take crap from anybody. So that's the team. That is the Heroic Hairfoots for Hire. So they were sent here by Theo's Granny Shieldfoot to the town of Wheathaven. It is a primarily Hairfoot village here outside of Northgate, and it's a farming community. And they've been losing their cows. So, I don't know if that made it on camera or not here. They've been losing their cows, and so they asked Granny Shieldfoot if she knew anyone that could help, her being a retired adventurer. And she said, well, of course I can, my grandson. And so she sent Theo with his newly formed team to Wheathaven, and they were shown to a delve entrance where the cow's blood led to, and they believe that that were down here. When they got down here, they have met quite a bit of resistance from a group of kobolds, and they are starting to believe that the kobolds are the ones that are stealing the cows, but they just don't understand why when there's other things. I mean, I guess maybe the kobolds were hungry, but they haven't really put that together yet. They've been too busy fighting for their lives as they delve deeper into this forgotten delve here. So that's where we pick it up. So at the end of last episode, they opened the door and they saw that these kobolds had these two drake-like creatures, and they were goading them with their spears. And the drake-like creatures have now turned their attention to the Heroic Hairfoots, who have burst through the door, and it is initiative because those things are going to charge our heroes. Initiative. Oof. So reroll a failed roll. Exploding die. All right, so Clyde is going before. Theo, reroll a failed die, is going to go before. Oof. Reroll a failed die. Exploding die. Exploding die. Oh my gosh. This is just an initiative roll. How many can I roll? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my gosh, is this a record? It says on camera. Oh, that was just a failed reroll that turned into that for an initiative roll. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Gosh, I love it. Okay. So Fenster is definitely going before the creatures. And then let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Barry gets to reroll a failed roll. And she has an exploding die. And so she also is going before. Hairfoot luck. All right, so, wow. Clyde, as Clyde does, Clyde charges this thing. He's staring it down as he's heading towards it. And he kind of comes around the flank and attacks with his short swords. He does like a sliding move. And so here we go, Clyde. Clyde rolls 8 dice with both of his short swords simultaneously. So he's stabbing away at this creature. And he gets to reroll a failed roll. And he has 2 exploding dice. And he has another exploding die. All right, so 3, 6, 9, 11 damage. Oh man, he really carved deeply with those short swords of his. He's good with them short swords. This creature has 3 armor. So that's 8 damage. And it has a pretty decent stamina, so it is still up, but it is bleeding and it is angry. All right. between the spears of the kobolds and that. Barry knows that the kobolds are dangerous, but she does not like the looks of these creatures, so she is going to fire off a magic bolt to help Clyde. So that is, she has 6 casting dice, so she's going to cast magic bolt at that one fighting Clyde. She's got a good view to it, and she rolls 4 successes. She gets to roll a failed die, so 4 successes. It has an agility resistance of 2, so that's 2 more damage. Still not enough to take the creature down. And then she's going to stay out there in the hall currently. They are currently right here. And that brings us to either Fenster or... So Fenster now is going to move up and use and take the opportunity to attack this creature that's engaged with an ally, which gives him a +3 his opportunistic attack bonus. So he usually fights with 5 dice, and he gets to add 3 more. So he stabs the creature with his short sword, and he gets an exploding die, gets to reroll a failed roll, and an exploding die. And so he gets 7 successes, which -3 is 4. This creature is still up, but it is bleeding badly and it's been concussed. It's not great. Theo is going to go over and engage this one because he doesn't want that one running free. And he swings his warhammer at it, and he gets to reroll a failed die. Not the best roll in the world for Theo. And he has an exploding die, and he is not able to get past the creature's scales. So, now the kobolds go through the door. I don't even know where that leads yet. All right. So, okay. So I told myself, because of the direction this game is going, there's directions this way that they have not yet explored. However, I said the first closed off thing I would pull come in this direction would actually be stairway down, because of where they may be taking the cows. So the kobolds go through this door and then through another double door, and they come into this room. And then these creatures, this drake bites at Theo. Their bite is nasty. So the Theo bites at Theo, snaps at him. And that is 5 successes. Theo has a armor of 3, so it's 2 damage to Theo. And the other one snaps at Clyde. It does not like Clyde at all. And so he's a bit enraged, I can see. All right, so he gets 2 exploding dice. Another exploding die. Another exploding die. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on Clyde. Clyde is wearing chainmail, which is 2 armor, so he takes 8 damage. Ouch. Nice snap, lizard. And so, all right, ouch. All right, so now it is initiative. All right, so reroll failed die and exploding die. So Clyde's going to be 4. Fenster's going to be 4. Theo gets to reroll a failed die. It's going to be 4. And Barry is going to be 4. All right, so Theo yells, "Barry, follow the kobolds." Okay. So she makes a double move, gets herself up to about here, I'd say. Maybe to the door. She sees that they've gone through another double door into another room. And then they're heading for a stairway. She doesn't want to use her sleep spell, but she at least is watching where they're going. So that was her action. She's not even going to magic bolt them. She's going to watch them go. Plus, they're almost down the stairs anyway. Theo is going to attack his lizard with his warhammer. Reroll a failed die and no exploding dice. Theo's warhammer is firing cold, but that's okay. 4 successes, which becomes 1 damage on his opponent. Fenster is going to attack. So that's 5 plus 3 because he's still engaged with an ally of his. And that is more than enough. My goodness, these dice are on fire. Now, he is going to slay this creature at this point. I'm just curious to see how many more exploding. So that is a lot. So that's 4, 8, 10. Beautiful. That would be 7 damage on this creature, and he has felled it. And so then he moves over to support Barry. And then Clyde comes shooting down this hallway and gets through the open double doors, and he enters this room here. The kobolds are pretty much down the stairs at that point. So he's like, no, I forgot this thing was still alive. I'm sorry, Clyde. I got so caught up in where those kobolds are going for. He sees that Theo's in trouble, so he goes over and attacks and gets to reroll a failed die. All right, so he gets 2, 4, 6, 8. Minus 3 is 5 damage on this creature. And it hisses at him. And it is its attack. I'm going to roll randomly, see which one it attacks. 1, 2, 3, Theo. 4, 5, 6, Clyde. So he turns on Clyde there. Let's get Clyde. Takes a snap at him. No exploding dice, but 2, 4, 6 successes. Minus 2. That's 4 more damage to Clyde. And now it's initiative. Barry reroll a failed roll. Theo reroll a failed roll, and he gets exploding die, and that's enough to get him before. Yeah, with this failed roll and the amount of exploding dice I'm rolling here, they are rarely going to go last in the initiative order, I would think. But that's Hairfoot luck for you. That's how they survived all these centuries. Okay, so Clyde attacks the creature. And he gets a failed roll, and he has an exploding die, and another exploding die, and another exploding die. Woo! 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Minus 3 is 8 damage. Still not enough to take this creature down, but it is wobbly. Very, very wobbly. So Theo, hoping to finish this creature off if they maneuver around, and he gets to reroll a failed die. And he has 2 exploding dice. And so that is 5 successes. Minus 3 is 2. That is just enough to take down this poor, enraged lizard who has been maltreated. What kind of manner of creatures are those? Listen, hey, they've gone down here. They've gone down some stairs. We must follow. And there's blood. There's lots of blood on the floor. So we better be careful. More than likely, that's cow's blood. Okay, let's go, folks. All right, so But what manner of creatures were those? Some kind of drake. But all I need to know is that they bleed. Because if they bleed, they die. And speaking of bleeding, looks like you got bit. Yes, but I ain't got time to bleed. And he smokes on his cigar, and then he activates his healing stone. That's why he's got him, folks. He heals 3. And he's going to do 1 more as they head towards the stairs. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. There's only 2 more. He's going to use his 3rd one as they head to the stairs. I guess everything evens out in the end, doesn't it? Well, that's going to have to be good enough for Clyde. All right, so they make their way to the stairs in this room, and they head down the stairs, and we're going to be going to a new level of the delve. There we go. So they're in a room, and there are 3 doors, all of them closed. Okay, which way did they go? I don't know. I guess I could look around. I'm not sure I would know for sure, though. Let's use all our senses. I can't smell anything because of that cigar smoke. Ugh, live with it. All right, so live with it. So they're going to, I'm going to let Barry see if she can find any kind of indication, maybe some more cow's blood, and something like that, that she can find on the ground. So she has a 2 mind, and or 3 mind, and no real. So she needs to get. I'll say because of the cow's blood and stuff, it's a DL3. Oh, she gets 2 exploding dice anyway, but there's 3 successes off the roll. So she finds that they went. Let's see which way they went. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They went to the left. So that's probably where the kobolds went. So they head to there, ready for an ambush. I've never seen those kind of creatures either. I don't know what they are. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. No. No, not yet. Can't do that. That doesn't make any sense either. It's got to be a place that can go on. Wow, all these closed off places. Wow. Okay, there we go. All right, so they head down there, and there's a door, and the door is closed. And so Fenster sneaks up to the door and listens. He's got a 2 mind, 1 for proficiency, and 2 for thievery skill. And I'm gonna see, all we're gonna have is kobolds, so he would be able to hear them. And it indicates monsters. But I think I'm gonna do something else. All right, so they open the door and they see this room filled with pillars, and it's empty, and there's a double door heading that direction. All right, so he does his thing. All right, and then they enter this here, and there's lots of bones piled in the corner, bodies and bones, and they appear to be. Clyde kind of walks up a little bit, says, looks like orcs. Dead orcs. Well, doesn't look like they were sacrificing them on this altar here. The blood on this altar is dried long ago. Yes, no telling what this delve was made for. Well, these corpses and bones are, well, relatively fresh. Okay, if you're sure, Clyde. I'm sure. Fenster? So he goes and he listens at the door. And if there's something behind there, he's gonna hear it. Let's see what's behind there. A hallway. And I will see which way they've been taking the cows. Cow meat, cow bodies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so they've taken the cows straight. So Fenster says, I don't hear anything. All right, Clyde. Clyde opens the door, looks down the hall. There's nothing down the hall. That's gonna lead there. We'll put this over here. Let's see what's down this hall. That doesn't make any sense. No, I needed to go further. So, okay, there we go. Just a long hall. That side entrance is just going to be a alcove, and it's going to have a statue in it because this deep into the delve, I don't think there is a side entrance yet. Okay, so, well, which way did they go? I don't know. I'll keep looking. So we'll have Barry look. And looks like the blood continues this way. So they go this way. They follow the hall. I don't like leaving so many closed doors behind us. Yes, but we know. We don't know if it's the kobolds or the cows, but I'm starting to think it is. Yeah, perhaps. All right, let us go. So they head down the hall, and let's see where it turns. Yes, there we go. Guess I'll put it that way. All right. Ooh, blood. More blood on the floor. All right. Getting it behind me. So they go that way, and then we're going to see what kind of... All right, so there's... Theo is 3rd level, Barry is 2nd level, the other 2 are 1st level, so that averages out, I'll say 3rd level, because for this I need to roll a d4 and add the level of the piece of the player characters. So we're gonna say that it is 3. We're gonna add 3 to this for the trap, and it's a 7. So it's a pit trap, classic. All right, and so there's no elves in the party because it's all Hairfoot party. So they don't get a chance to find that secret door unless they're searching for it, and they are not searching for it. So Clyde is leading the way, and the pit trap falls below him, so he has to roll a agility resistance to avoid falling in the trap. And he gets 2, and so he gets it. So he needed to deal 3, and he manages to, whoa, and Theo grabs his belt and pulls him, or grabs his trench coat and pulls him back. There's no way those kobolds didn't trigger this trap. There must be another way. Let me look. So Fenster starts searching the walls. He senses that there might possibly be a secret door. So I will give him, I don't know if that counts as thievery or not. I guess he's good at finding hidden things, so I will give him this thievery dice. And this secret door is a DL3, and he finds it. So that's 4 successes plus an exploding die if I needed it. So he goes, that explains it. Here it is. So they open it, head down the hall, open it again, and then, all right, might be getting off the camera here. I guess we're still on camera. All right, good. So, all right. Come to a door, and then there's a passageway off to the left. I may move this whole thing off to the left, so. All right, so here we go. I just don't understand why they're bringing the cows down here and so far down. I mean, if you're hungry, why don't you just eat it in the entrance to the delve? Stay out of the weather. Yeah, and I haven't seen any young kobolds either, or female kobolds. I don't know if it's a lair or a war party. Yeah, I don't know. This is strange. Why take it all the way down here? Yeah, something doesn't add up. Anyway, let's see what's out in this hall. So they go down there, and let's see what's down this hall. Yeah, there we go. See which way they went. That way or this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they went north, okay. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to collapse this so I can get it as the delve grows. I can move this down. All right. All right, so they went north. All right. Fenster has been chalking their way on the walls, by the way. Always a good idea, and it's usually the thief that does it. So there you go. Just a side note. All right, so they turn their way, and this, well, they don't know yet, will go to a dead end. So they come to this crossroads here, and she sees, Barry tries to see if there is blood trail. There is. It's heading that direction as I just rolled. So they ignored that hallway down there, and they start heading down here. Now this is going to end. Okay, so we're going to go to another stairway down. All right. The kobolds have continued down the stairs, those guards that were guarding it, and not run into any more kobolds. I think they're retreating back to wherever their lair is, their main lair. Yeah, but like I said, look at all this area here. They could just be hanging out here. What is down there? Must be something important. Granny Shieldfoot always said, if it's too good to be true, there's something else fishy. Did she really say that? Of course she did. Well, there's more stairs down here, folks. As he pounded through the door. Looks like current habitation. And those chests have been opened, smashed open. So they've had to, they probably, well, whether the kobolds have gone this way or not, the cows did. Yeah, good bet that the kobolds went this direction too. Yeah, All right, let's go, folks. Bring that shiny light over here, Barry. So they head down the stairs again to the next level of the delve. So if I'm counting right, so this was the, oh yeah, right here. So this is going to be the this is technically going down to the third level. Yeah. All right, so let's clear the way and make for another entrance tile. Stairs and a passageway. All right, so Clyde leads the way down with Barry behind him, Theo behind her, and Fenster bringing up the rear. And we're going to see what direction they really went. 1, 2, 3 this way, 4, 5, 6 that way. So they went to the right. And so, yeah, this makes sense. So this is off to the left then. There's doors to the left. And to the right, there should be, yep, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, how deep underground are we? I don't know. Too bad we don't have a dwarf with us. But we're the Hairfoots for hire. Yes, yes, I know. All right. So, let me see which way they went. So she's going to see if she can determine which direction they went. And she has been on fire tracking this blood. I mean, maybe it's not that hard, but a DL3, this way. All right, so they head down this way, and they come to these doors here. And there's no monsters indicated on the Axbane's Deck of Dominion Dungeons, but there is a trap. So, Clyde will lead. Barry will be third, Theo second, and Fenster bring up the rear. And so he triggers the, well, we see what kind of trap it is. I think it's going to be a hidden pit trap given the level that these PCs are. Yeah, because I can't get more than a 7. Yeah, so we're just going to, we'll see if it's actually a trap. It is a trap. So it's a DL3 to avoid the trap for Clyde. He has a agility resistance of 3. The ground goes out below him. He gets to reroll a failed die, and he is able, once again, Theo grabs his trench coat. How do you think the kobolds got across? Maybe they jumped. Maybe. Or maybe they're hiding somewhere else. They could be. But remember, the blood seems to lead this way. Well, does it go over this way? Looks like it's on the other side. I can see it. That's a lot right there. Yes. I guess we're going to have to jump. I guess. Hey, there was that table up the stairs. We could go get that table. You're really smart, Hairfoot. Of course. And aren't you a Hairfoot too? Yes, I just like to call people Hairfoot. All right, Fenster. Whatever. All right. Well, so we go get the table? Sure. So they haul back up the stairs, grab that table that was in their the room that the stairs led down, and they put it over, they drag it all the way down the stairs, drag it down the hall, and put it over the, and it's a tight fit, but they put it over the pit, and they cross that way. Once again, that side entrance is not a side entrance. And so they make their way around the hall. And you know what? This kind of makes sense. So we're going to say that this stair that says side entrance will actually be a stairway, and not even a stairway. We're going to say it's a hole in the wall that seems to lead to caverns. They're going to get to that. They're going to get to this door. They're going to listen. They're not going to hear anything. They get to this door. Fenster listens. And he hears kobolds. They're behind the door. They're behind the door indeed. Okay, let's get ready, folks. I don't think it's been an hour since they have entered this delve, so Barry does not, she still has only 2 power points. All right, Clyde. They're in there. Yes. Be ready, everybody. So Clyde opens the door, and in this room, we'll say the room looks like this. And this is pit. This is like a big pit. And it's this way. And I'm gonna add another layer to make it long enough. And then there's a hole in the wall. I think I have a tile for that. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. We'll say that the hole in the wall is straight across here. We'll say that's in the wall. It's probably off map, not off camera. There we go. That might be on camera. Okay. And he opens the door. And there are, let's say this is right here. Good enough. And there are kobolds standing in front of the hole. There's a lot of them. Some archers here on the east side of the pits, giving themselves a defensive position. And they have some bodyguards. One more. And there's another one of those drakes. And he has some handlers. Let's see what we got here. Do I have any more? Am I running out of kobolds? All right, there, that might be one. All right. So we'll put this one over here and move this over here. We'll put two spear guys over here. All right, so they've kind of got that creature there. Clyde opens the door. And actually, this kobold hisses,
Leave. You cannot enter the realm of Sisyphus. Sisyphus, look, I don't care who you're here for. We're here for cow vengeance.
Did he say cow vengeance?
Yes, I'm afraid he did. So, where's the cows? They feed Sisyphus. He has eaten all other things in this underworld area. And now we needed more sustenance so that Sisyphus can come to his full fruition and emerge. I'm not liking the sound of this.
Yeah, me either. I wonder what he is, a demon or something? I don't know.
I don't know if demons. So, turn around and leave us. Leave our home. No, we don't want to talk to Sisyphus. Sisyphus will eat you alive. Yes, that's a good idea. We'll just let you go meet Sisyphus. I'm not sure you could hurt him. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I haven't met a thing I can't hurt yet. Well, Sisyphus says he's not to be disturbed, so we will have to make sure that you do not enter. All right, that's the way you want it. I don't know about this. This doesn't look good, Clyde. When has that ever stopped me?
So we're going to leave it there. And we're going to see where this goes next episode. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It's a dungeon crawl for sure. And now suddenly the mysterious Sisyphus has been revealed. Who is Sisyphus? And what does Sisyphus want? And so until the next time, Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. Happy holidays, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate, or no holiday at all. I hope you enjoy this time of season. And until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.